This is WSN. Love it or leave it. The underdog's on top, and you can either agree or disagree with her. But either way, the tribe is all here. This is a tribe called Jess. You can call the show anytime at 855-77-WYLDE. That's 855-779-9533.
And welcome to A Tribe Called Jess, and I hope everybody is having a very happy Halloween. And I have a spooky, scary, really scary, because Chris Polly's here tonight. I have Chris Polly guesting on here. We never know what he is or is absolutely not going to say. And I have Frank the Tank and Julio July Diaz.
Up?
And I have our favorite married couple, Millie and David. Millie is looking so adorbs. And if you hear a bunch of music in the background, that is Jason, who guests, I think it's Jason and his band. Am I correct, John? Who are performing downstairs. I think they just went on. So if you want to hop down over here, have a good time, come check them out, get in your car, and let's go, or Uber over. Make sure you're safe. Don't drink and drive tonight. Don't be stupid. Be smart about being stupid. Uber's your friend. Lyft. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Anybody do anything special today for All Hallows Eve? Okay. Dead silence in this studio.
We're here.
I can't hear Polly very well.
So we're here. So
you're here.
We don't do anything special but this.
And I want to give a big shout out. Sorry, I'm taking Oshi's costume off because it's really hot in here and I'm dying. And so I know he's dying. I'm going to put on his Commander's jersey because we're going to talk about it, because Frankie and I we're at that historic game, and I think we're still on the high we left with there, because wow, but we'll get to that. And we are coming to you from the Salisbury Studios, fueled by Monster Energy. Thank you, Monster, and by our sponsor, Bet Stamp. It is our favorite sports betting book. If you go on there, you can bet on all sports: NFL, hockey, horse racing, down the gamut. And it absolutely helps support us. And obviously, it's fun to bet and win money. Unless you have a gambling problem, don't do that. So anyway, you can go to www.signupexpert.com/the Wild Style Network, WYLDE, sign up expert /Wild Style Network, and we surely appreciate it. Have you been betting?
I was going to ask you, did you put anything on today's game?
No.
The Jets are favored over the Texans.
The Jets are favored over somebody?
By 2 points or something, or 1.5. It was crazy.
I wonder, well, don't they have a new QB or something?
No, so Texans, both of their wide receivers are injured. And their offensive line is not that great. So that's what they were saying.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jets got the new receiver.
Pull the mic close to you, Frankie, because tonight, because of the band, it's hard to hear.
I mean, can y'all hear me? I can hear myself.
I can hear you.
I can hear you, but old Duffy over here, okay?
And my voice is still not back from the game.
My throat still hurts for all the wrong reasons. No, I'm kidding.
Those would be the right
We saw the
reasons.
video. We know what's going on.
And we're going to play.
Yeah, no, that game took my whole voice.
It took the life out of us in
Man,
all the right
crazy.
ways. But anyway, real quick, quick few announcements. What was I going to say? We have November 7th, we have micro wrestling here at the Salisbury Center. Micro Wrestling All-Stars. So make sure that you go on to Get Wild, WYLDE, to get your tickets or your table, getwild.com. On November 16th, we have TCB Fights, DMV's oldest and longest running and most successful Muay Thai kickboxing promotion. I don't know how I got that out of my mouth. And neither did he.
TCB, you got it in your mouth.
You can go to tcbtickets.com to get your tickets to that. It's always a lot of fun. And if you are interested in sponsoring or getting a VIP season pass to that Cagezilla, or sponsoring any of the podcasts, please hit me up at tribecalledjessofficial@gmail.com. Tribecalledjessofficial@gmail.com. CBJFans.com. We would love for you to sponsor the show, the network, and it would keep us on the air. And I know you want to do that, right?
Heck yeah.
And it's a great opportunity. We have our shorts. We're on. Make sure you subscribe to us wherever you get your podcast, TikTok, all the apps, Tribe Called Jess, and the Wild Style Network, and of course the Wild Style Network on YouTube, which will have a live chat up in a few minutes, so you can chat live with us on Wild Style Network under the YouTube WYLDE. Sorry guys, I know I'm spitting out a mouthful here.
You usually swallow.
And one more announcement, my favorite announcement. We have the Taylor Nation Sing Along Tribute Band November 30th. I am so excited about this. She is amazing. She travels here and to Canada. She puts on such a spectacular show. She looks like her. We'll have the LED bracelets for the first 200 GA LED bracelets and VIP swag bags for those who get tables. So that'll be really cool. And I think we're going to also have, like we did last time, the bracelet making. But this is a much bigger.
Oh, really? You mean... Okay.
Scale show.
Oh yeah, I got mine from last time.
That's
here.
right. I forgot. Yeah, here we go.
Now you can make your fucking own at the table. I'll have my assistant Millie make it for you. Millie has patience with me.
And what's tomorrow, Jess?
What is
Friday.
tomorrow? Oh, and we will be outside of CJ Finn's tomorrow at First Friday in Manassas broadcasting. It will be myself, Frankie, and we will be giving away some Taylor Nation, Taylor Swift tickets here at the Salisbury Center. Maybe some others if we have them. The Salisbury Center will accompany us there. Millie is going to come out with me, so it's going to be a really, really good time. Please stop by and see us. We're going to have trivia. I'm going to have Commanders trivia, General trivia, and Taylor Swift trivia, of course. And if you have the best Eras outfits from the Taylor Eras tomorrow at First Friday, I will be giving you free tickets as well. So please come see us outside of CJ Finn's. And don't forget on Tuesday, November 5th, to make sure that you vote. Please go out and vote November 5th. You can go to vote.org to find your polling station in your area. Lyft and Uber will be giving 50% off that day for rides to your polling station. And if you Google free transportation within your city, anywhere in the United States, there are free transportation options available, but it varies city to city. Please get out and vote. It is so important to exercise your right to vote. It's not afforded to many within our world, so we're very, very fortunate to do so. All right, guys, let's talk about the Commanders. First, let's talk about Dallas, because Polly is such... Can you turn me up just a little, John?
No, turn it down.
Polly is such a Dallas fan, and he has just brutalized me for years and years, and I just want you to know how it feels. How do you feel right now, Polly?
You're lying. You always started with me.
Okay.
I don't talk shit anymore. I learned my lesson years ago. Until somebody starts it with me, then I'll start talking shit about football. Until then, I stay quiet.
Are you pissed?
A little bit.
Okay. Not at me. Are you pissed about your team? What do you think? Do you think it's
you too.
Well, okay, fair. Do you think it's because of Jerry Jones and the ownership? The play, like, what do you think it is? I mean, because the one guy was mouthing off at the reporter the other day. I saw that.
Terrible. I don't know. He wasn't even doing his job.
I think it's Jerry Jones. I think he's ruining everything right now. He's
Yeah.
probably the new Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
We have no running game. We have no running back. I hate Dak. I hated him for the past 8 years.
Yeah.
The only good time he was actually good was his rookie year, is my opinion.
Yeah.
I like Romo more, but we could have had, what's his name, for the Ravens for $9 million, and we get Ezekiel Elliott back.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I mean,
He wanted Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Shoot,
that's
Cooper
who I
Rush
wanted.
did more. Was it last season that Dak was out and Cooper Rush like had a 5-game win streak or something for the Cowboys?
Yeah, that's when Dak dislocated his ankle or foot.
Yeah, they should have kept him playing.
and real quick,
should.
guys, pause, time out.
I'm
We
glad
have
they
our
didn't.
YouTube chat up. Laura Strouth, who is a Dallas fan. She is one of our biggest fans as well. She says, I hate Dak too. Raul says, awesome podcast till July, which is Julio. He said hi. Is that
From El
Raul?
Salvador.
Is that Raul?
Yeah.
And Raul, shout out to El Salvador. Thank you guys for tuning in. We do appreciate it so much. That's awesome. Yeah, Polly, I mean, I think the Commanders are an example, I will say this, of changing out ownership, that it actually matters. Because I think sometimes you're like, what does it matter? Besides getting players, I get it. But it changes the morale. And and making sure you're putting the right things for the team. And I am busting on you slightly. Holy crap! Whoa!
Good God, it got loud.
I got really loud.
But you have our coach. You're welcome.
What, Quinn?
Correct.
And I thought, the great story about Dan Quinn was, I don't know if it's when he left Dallas, but I can't remember which team he left, and he had Pam, whatever her name was, do that whole exam on him.
The Falcons.
Yeah, he had her do that whole exam on him, and that's hard to hear your worst and best parts about yourself from family to players to friends. And he had that whole exam, and he said, I will not coach again until I learn the things I can become self-aware about and fix about myself to make others better. And it just proves what we say on the show. When you get self-aware, life changes. And in this case, he became a great leader, and leadership is everything.
You had your chance, and now we're back.
They offered him a lot more money.
No, I'm saying you had your chance, and your window's closed. Dak and all this is it. It's done.
Everything from 2000 up to 2023 was
Jesus.
up for Dallas, but now
They had about good 4 solid years.
I think we
12
win 1 against you all.
seasons.
0 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Now it's our turn.
Chris, I like to bust on you, but I also know the pain. And we don't know where our season's going.
But you should be used to the pain.
I am.
I'm not.
I am. I'm complete. I became a fan in '91 when I was in Philly, and I am very used to the pain.
That's the year they won the Super Bowl. Is that why you became a fan?
No, the Eagles. No, the Eagles let go of Herschel Walker, Reggie White, who was my favorite player, and Randall Cunningham all in the same year. And I got pissed off at the Eagles for doing that because those were my faves, right? And then I saw at the time Redskins, now Commanders game, and they ran it back all the way, and I was like, well, that's my team. My dad's like, no, it's not. And I was like, yeah, it is.
So for our young listeners, these are your parents' teams, players.
Yeah. All right, Frankie, let's talk about it. And anybody, I know Millie was excited. Are you a Commanders fan?
Sure.
I mean,
I like the old team better, but yes,
okay.
they will always be my team.
So Frankie and I have a friend, Damien, who organizes trips and gets amazing seats. And I want to give a shout out and tell him thank you. We were in section 134, row 20. I was in seat 5. Frankie was in seat 6. And we were right behind the goalpost where the Hail Mary was caught. But we'll get there. I want to give a shout out to Buddy, who hooked me up with a parking pass. Literally, I could have spit on the stadium where we went in, and it was covered. And we had a great crowd around us there. And Owner's Row, where we got shrimp and you ate like a king. And
steak.
And field passes. Field passes that you got to go on the field. So I was super excited. So why don't you talk about that, and then we'll get to how we set up, and I'll set up the video. And then Millie she was thinking of us too. But tell us about your field experience, because I think that's really fun. I've done it before. I've been lucky.
Yeah.
How was the owner suite?
Well, it's pretty cool because you get to see the player's perspective, when you look up and see how it feels to be down there.
Yeah.
And the field, down the field.
Down the field.
So it was pretty cool. It was nice.
Don't ruin it and get to vaginas yet, please.
I know, right? So that's pretty cool. And then when we went to the owner's row, I've never been in that level.
And Frankie ate like a beast and a king.
They had pool tables, bars, TVs, amazing seats where you could just watch the game. Yeah. And then obviously you go into whatever suite you're in. But it's had hot dogs, nachos, rice, veggies, steak.
Frankie was cupcakes.
Shrimp, cupcakes.
Commander's stamp cupcakes. So we did that. We watched the first 2 quarters in our seat. Obviously, we were leading the game. We said Frankie wanted to get some more to eat because we drank a lot. No, we drank a lot in the beginning. Not a lot. We weren't drunk, but we definitely needed to eat. Yeah. So went up to eat, and then I was like, we're going down for the 4th quarter right now. And thank God I did.
Because we were comfortable upstairs, and just was like, let's go back down to our seats. You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
And it was good, or else we would have missed that whole.
And so they Bears score, and I am devastated. And at this point, I have become Philly Jessica, who is going to tell all the Bears fans around me to fuck off. If Frankie can tell you, fuck all the way off.
Dude, because it was really loud. There was a lot of Bears fans.
there was
Yeah,
a
it was
lot.
ridiculous.
And Jessica was like, why the fuck is there so many Bears fans? Shut the fuck,
Fuck
She goes,
up.
Shut the what do you say?
Fuck all the way off.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck all the way up.
You could say it was a bit unbearable for
Dude,
Jess.
it was so... Like,
And it's the guy in front of us had the 3 kids, and I had told him I'm so sorry. Like in the first 2 quarters, and he's like, "Girl, you're fine." And he was awesome. He actually hit me up. He left early with the
Yeah.
2 kids. He hit me up the next day. He's like, "I wish I wouldn't have left." And the minute we actually came to after all that happened, we were like, he shouldn't have left with the kids. He was awesome. Everybody around us. But yeah, so I was at the point of like, because they were like, yeah, da, 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 and I'm like, fuck all the way off.
So the fans are cheering. They're
Yeah.
they're having a good time. The Bear fans, she's pissed because they're like having a great time. And then the Bears cornerback, I think his last name was Stevenson. He was literally walking towards us, and he's like just doing all his moves, celebrating, pointing to the crowd. He was just mocking us. And then the play starts.
Well, the play
Behind him.
McLaren had gone out the play before, which stopped the clock.
Yeah.
And he comes back in, and at that point, this is honest to God what I did, because you watch enough TikTok, they talk about manifestation. It already happened, and I think Frankie heard me. I don't remember. I'm like, God, I'll believe in you, and we already won. We already won, and I closed my eyes because I couldn't take the anxiety. But Frankie, all I hear is Frankie say touchdown, but he said it before he caught the ball because he could see what was happening. And so I opened my eyes, and we're all like, the stadium, the noise was so loud.
Dude, because you guys saw when the ball got tipped up in the air, right?
Yeah.
So when it was in the middle of the air, I could see the guy by himself. So I was like, touchdown, before he even caught it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I finished saying touchdown, everybody was like, they just all
I
erupted.
mean-
And she was like, she gets up and she's like, ah!
Well, we're gonna show my reaction to everybody on the screen. This poor gentleman, Michael, his name is. John, do you have that? My reaction. I did not know said guy.
Poor guy.
Oh my god.
But I like that. I love
We don't need to show that again.
I love the
John.
post cheer
Not
clarity
embarrassing.
of Jess is like, we score, we're celebrating, and then she all of a sudden is like, all right, get me off of this guy.
No, they were really nice, and I really, really appreciated like him being such a good sport, because I was insane, and then we were crying. And
I told her, I said it was cool that you jumped on some stranger, and you didn't think about hugging your
You were
bestie,
filming.
right? And be frank, you just jumped on a stranger. I'm not jealous though.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, and the funny thing is that I thought I was recording, right?
Oh, yeah,
I
'cause-
pushed record, and I'm like, yeah, I'm recording the fans, I'm recording her, because she's like, after she, got off the guy, she was on her knees, just like crying, like on the floor, and I'm like, and then when she gets up, and I'm like, Bassy, we're here, and I'm recording, right? So I was like, let's check out the video.
All he has is
The video was
that.
just like 5 seconds. I was like, what the heck happened?
I hate it when that happens.
You know what? To see a Hail Mary, the reason I was crying, to see a Hail Mary get caught by any team is special. To see it in person is special. And to see your team, who has sucked for so long, and you're just so excited, and a young rookie quarterback, and 2 seconds before you're so upset, I was overwhelmed.
crazy.
I love football. Like, I am so happy, like that joy. And I know Millie was sitting there. What did you say? You got to a bar and you're like, we're losing.
Oh yeah, we got there the last 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god, Jess is at that game. I hope she's not upset if they lose.
She's really like, don't get in a fight.
It was great though being there.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
that was
I
great.
guess there were like 3 sections of TVs that had a delay, and we could hear people cheering at the end. And there was just like, I was like, I can't look away because I know I'm going to miss it if I look away. And then someone else started cheering, and then finally you saw it, and it was just
Yeah.
like everybody was ecstatic.
Yeah, that place
and all
is
the
crazy.
Cowboys people were dying, and I
Bears.
loved it.
Oh god.
Bears.
Well, no, the Cowboys people in there. They were super
okay,
mad.
yeah.
And it made me more happy.
Destroyed.
I didn't come here for this
They were
abuse.
talking a lot of trash.
Laura's on YouTube. She'll talk to you and feel your pain.
Hi, Laura.
Polly's checked out. And I just want to also say thank you to Frankie and Julio for picking out that amazing jacket, and Frankie, you getting it for me. I got stopped every step I took by everyone, men and women alike.
That was a
Where'd you
great
get that
jacket.
jacket?
Oh,
That's
cute.
badass.
That's
Where'd you
what
get the
it was.
jacket?
This lady goes to me, "Excuse me, sir.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Where did you get that jacket for your wife?"
And I said, Frankie probably was like, that old bitch is my best friend. I wouldn't marry that stupid thing. He goes, no, that's my bestie. I made him make TikToks. I just want to say it was a great day.
we did TikToks.
I know I don't care if I'm rambling on because I am so excited. That was just to see that in person. I'll never, ever, ever top 5 moment of my life. Best game I've ever been to.
Did you put on the jersey and the
So the other...
the hoodie that we got you?
I forgot to bring it. It's in my
didn't
car.
bring it.
So these two, as well as the jacket, he gets in the car. He's serious. I just want you guys to know he's serious. He gets in the car and he holds up this sweatshirt. In case you also get cold underneath, we got you this. Now, it might as well have been this, guys. Like, it was is that big. Maybe
was
that
tiny,
big.
yeah.
I said, guys, first of all, I have boobs as big as like Mount Everest. Where was that? This is like for a toddler. They're like, oh, we thought it would fit you. Millie, it's this big. I'll show.
Well, the jacket fit her perfect. And remember, I thought
That's too big?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be too
You
big, and the
massaged
sleeves were gonna
the
be too
jacket.
long.
Yeah. I mean, the jacket has room in it, but like, so I could layer it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
But if not for that, it would just be good. I could probably go with an extra small and it'd be tight, you know, but that thing is,
I mean, I thought you were gonna do the thing where you just cut it open, let the gals out.
I couldn't even probably get it over my shoulders, guys, down to here.
Did you try? You saw
Dude, it was really
pretty
small.
long?
It was really small. When I finally saw it in front of her, I started laughing.
It looks like you bought it for a fucking toddler, guys. But I appreciate the thought. I appreciate the thought.
I gave her the receipts so she could go exchange it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
good. That
thank-
was smart. The gift receipt.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, though. I appreciate it. And I felt super special because of everybody stopping me. I was like, thanks, Frankie, for once you did something cool for me. I'm kidding.
Gotcha.
All right, so moving on. Anybody want to say anything about the game? Wrap that up about your team, Chris? Anything?
I have nothing. No comment.
My team lost too, Chris. And that was because of the
Oh,
Browns.
yeah, the Ravens. Who
That was
does
against the
teams is the
friggin'
Ravens?
Browns.
Jeff, do you have anything nice to say to Chris about the Cowgirls?
Of course not. I hate the Cowgirls.
Good.
Why am I here?
Full house tonight.
You got a full house. Why do
I
I
like
have
Chris.
to be
I hate
here?
the Cowgirls.
I love because we love you, Polly. That's why you're here. And because I think in part of this discussion, you will actually speak and say something. Otherwise, we hear. Let's talk about Polly's shirt real quick and what an advocate he is for Halloween. It says strangers have the best candy.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Strangers.
When you're
Kids.
sitting in a
Kidding,
windowless
kids.
van.
Kidding. Oh God. Here we go. Here
the
comes
Huffy?
the
Windowless
hate mail.
van.
We can't blame Polly for liking Cowboys. He rode the short bus here.
Hey, I got the biggest truck in the parking lot.
That's true.
John
Are you
Byrne.
compensating for something?
Yes. The lack of.
John Burnley on our YouTube chat says, I'm here, y'all. Had to serve candy. Why? I turned my light off. I'm like, I'm done with kids. My kid's in college. Bye, kids. Laura says rude about the Cowboys. You and Polly
like
need
Laura.
to talk. You and Polly need to talk. You can wallow in misery together. So anyway, guys, we had a little thing about Tinder. You had brought this up to me, and it's twofold. And I'm going to let John play the clip first, but bring in the cheating aspect of Tinder, because I found this whole discussion with her saying this and me pulling stats about Tinder last week and bringing this full circle, because I agree with all of it. For once, I think we agree.
Was groundbreaking because what it introduced is the idea of people, you no longer need to experience heartbreak. Just get distracted. So what happened is when in the past, when you'd break up with someone, you'd be a little bit hurt and you'd dwell on the situation, try and self-improve, and then either get that person back or just work on yourself. That has been replaced with just download Bumble, just download Tinder. What's happened, our coping mechanisms is no longer self-improvement. Our coping mechanisms are, how do I find somebody else? And as a result, we're going from one trauma to the other trauma, carrying that baggage with us and projecting it. So I think Tinder was the devil's workshop for marriage. Yeah, it's exactly what the devil ordered for marriages, because it completely distracts and takes away the commitment.
I love that, because I 100% agree. But you sent this to me. So what was your first thoughts on this? And I'll get everyone's kind of round robin thoughts and tell you what I think.
I mean, she was on point. Every point she mentioned, I agreed 100%. Because, back in the day, before Tinder and stuff, there are some people who, they'll break up with somebody and then like a couple of weeks later, they're in a relationship again.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that was fast. So how can you work on yourself when you're already involved with somebody else, right? Because it takes time and energy to be with somebody. So when she mentioned this, like Tinder just makes it even that more accessible, especially for women, because women always get so much attention from dudes.
Well, I think I agree with you. I didn't get on so when my last boyfriend and I broke up.
I know you didn't get on what? You're like, I didn't get on
I didn't have it. And I didn't get on that either for a very long time, just so you guys know, for your information. No, I didn't even I think it was March, and I didn't even go on one single date until August of that year. Not at all, on purpose. And I didn't even download apps till a year after that, and now I'm off all of them. So, buddy, there you go. But I think I agree 100%. I was never on dating apps prior to being in that relationship. I don't remember if they were popular or not popular, right? In 2015, I can't remember because I wasn't on them.
Did they even exist back then?
They did. I think it was Harmony.
1915 or 2015?
Shut up. And I'm glad, because when I got out of the relationship, I've never been a bounce to bounce person, meaning I think I was single last time for 6 years. All in all, separation to legal separation to final, you know what I mean? Just single. I didn't have the desire, or I self-sabotage relationships. So I agree. To be able to get self-aware, to get through that, to change. And I know people that do this, men and women alike. I think it's equal. And men, it just disguises different. Women, it's noticeable because we point things out. Women are more emotional, and we tend to point things out in women all the time in our society. Yeah. And that's not like that. I'm saying it's it's more like that. Oh, she has this boyfriend and this boy. You don't see that as much finger pointing with men. Polly, what do you think?
I have no clue. I don't get on any of that stuff.
No, but
I do not jump from relationship to relationship.
But why don't you do that?
It's I don't know. Sometimes
he's
I
a smart man.
To enjoy the freedom for a little bit, but it does get a little lonely. But I just cannot see myself falling in love and love and love. Nah, I ain't got time for that. I've been single for 6 years before I started my relationship.
You and I kind of run the same gamut of that. But I do know, Polly, and I won't disclose anything we've talked about off record, but I do know you are one that, despite what your friends might think, I think you do a lot of work to become self-aware. More than you give yourself credit for.
I'm able to do everything by myself. I technically don't need a relationship for me to be able to even succeed at anything I have already done.
I'm not saying succeed, Polly. Yeah. I'm saying you take the time to go, I think I do this wrong in relationships. How can I correct it?
That I do.
That's what I was saying. Yes. I don't want to disclose anything we've ever talked about. Believe it or not, despite that I pick on him, Polly and I, when we do get to see each other over the years, we've had long discussions about life. It's the most rare team up of friends.
But it's not very often I got to see you.
No, but I enjoy the discussion, and I know that you've worked really hard in the last year, just off the record, of identifying things. You don't find that in men, especially like this one I talk to every day, Frankie and Julio a lot, and obviously David's with Millie, but to interact with a man. To interact with a man and know that they are doing that work, and you didn't even say anything, and we're just talking. I'm like, that's impressive.
Right.
And it's noticeable. So do you think you're ready for the next relationship? What do you think? Because you've been single a while now, yeah?
7 months now? Nah. I still got to get things together first before I can even think about another relationship.
Yeah.
Money's been pretty tight with work and all that, so I
Yeah.
just don't have the whatever to even think about going to a next one.
You're concentrated on other things.
Correct. There's other things
gotcha.
that are more important right
Good.
now than that.
But that's self-aware.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
not
Yeah, that's a good point because if you could be over there, fucking around just using people. Right?
Hey.
But instead, you're like, let me
Go that far,
He
yeah.
didn't say he wasn't.
I mean, you know what I'm saying.
I'm kidding.
It's been a while, I can tell you that much, but that I'm not going to stop.
No, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, not because some people are looking for serious relationships.
He's
And there's
saying you're
peop-
not leading someone on.
There you go.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have nice ears, Jess. Thank you. I appreciate that. Laura, no dating sites for me. Nothing but trash. Yeah, I got off all of them. I've thought about getting. I don't know. I just don't have time. I've kind of when I'm ready. Eventually, I'll just go out. Buddy, I can get you the same hookup for Dallas. I'll be away for the Dallas game, but I would love that, buddy, for the Philly game if that's possible. I hate asking for favors, but I would love to go to the Philly game. We'll talk off record, buddy. We can do another catch up. You're the best. And he said, buddy also said, I love Dak and Terry Jones. Let the debacle continue.
I hope his AC breaks.
Hey,
I just
oh
fixed
my
it over
gosh.
the summertime. He should be extra nice to me.
We got Chris Jolie on. Hi, Chris. She says, hey, guys, miss my Manassas peeps. We miss you, too. It's been a long time.
Where's she, in North Carolina right now?
Yeah, I think. Are you in North Carolina, Chris? I can't remember. I think so. I don't know. Everybody keeps moving everywhere. I lose track. Julio, and then I want opinions from our married couple on the dating apps. What do you think about, what she said?
Oh, I mean, if you're gonna use
Are you
dating
here?
app,
Are you here?
Am I here? No, I'm outside listening to the music.
Would you like to leave us to go listen to music? You don't give a fuck about us. It's
Thank you this week for everybody. No,
I know your boyfriend Jason's over there.
yeah.
hey, it's not my fault when you see someone playing an instrument live.
Oh, for fuck's
He
sake.
might have his shirt off.
It's even better. He might have brought some toys. We don't know.
After last week's episode. Who knows? Chris is in South Carolina. What do you guys think, Millie and David, about that whole... Oshi, you need to get down. About that whole thing she said about how it's just led people to just go from one thing to another. Are you on? Just pull it close to you, please.
Okay. I agree with her. Like, people don't get the chance to figure out what happened, what went wrong, and how to work on themselves. Me and my girlfriend the other day were saying, like, hey, like, when we break up with somebody, we are in better shape after we break up. You get comfy with someone and you kind of gain a little bit of weight, whatever.
I've just become extremely vain, so I'll never not be.
But yeah, she was just like, oh, we need to break up with our dudes and we'll be fit again. We'll be out of pride
There you go,
again.
David. You're out of here.
Never. But I mean, I agree with that. When I used to break up, like get into breakups, I'd be sad. I'd go through my emotions, but I'd be like, hey, like I want to go to the gym. Like I want to work. I want to do something. I want to read. I want to like go out and be around other people and just have fun and enjoy myself and not worry about relationship stuff. So I got a chance to work on myself and think about what went wrong in the relationship, and the types of guys I've been with and whatever.
So two things, buddy. Thank you, and he will be nice as Polly is my bro. Polly's awesome. So Millie, let me ask you this, and you guys have a great relationship, so I want to preface that, but I do all those things, and I will do all those things. I did get a little lost in this last relationship, and shame on me, right, for not self-caring. You should be doing all those things while you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so important to maintain self and do things together, but also do things separate, to work on self the whole time. You're all you ever have at the end of the day. It's great to say you have a partner. Believe me, I miss having a partner, but not at the expense of me. And I'll always be true to the things I love and need to do and share some of those, but also do them separate. So now do you do those things on your own?
So before, I feel like when I was in relationships, I was alone. It's different now. I'm with David, and I know he lives with me, and we're always together. But I still have my own things that I do.
Right.
He does his own stuff.
Like so what I'm saying is you're like and everybody's guilty of this, right? You go out, you break up, you go to the gym. You should be going to the gym while you're in the relationship. A, because it's healthy, and B, because you feel better, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Or reading or whatever. Those things should be things you don't give up if that's what you enjoy. And I know you don't.
I don't think I ever enjoyed the gym.
I don't think anybody ever does.
I enjoy the gym.
So that wasn't my thing. I really liked cooking. I went through a cooking phase for a long time. And David loves my cooking, so that's
you're an amazing
It's very
cook.
good.
I thought I was amazing cook.
She was cooking meth.
Well, that escalated quickly. What do you kind of think of it, David?
Oh, I've never done a dating app because I love you gotta meet people to know them because there's too much opportunity being online to be fake and just ghost people and all that other stuff. It's just never interested me. So I guess my opinion is I never tried it.
Can't you be an asshole, dude, and give us that? No, I'm kidding. Is anybody in the audience a complete dick, Jeff? No, I'm kidding.
Rude.
He's not, guys. I had to fuck with him. They always fuck with me. I don't know. Have any of you just used dating apps to fuck around?
No, I've never done that either.
Man,
I need a dating app for that.
As Frankie would say, I can't even get a text back.
I know. I just don't have
Me either.
I just don't have the patience.
No, to fuck somebody.
No, but I'm saying even that, like,
He doesn't have the patience for that either.
First of all,
well, if you need to be patient, just get Jason after the show, and he'll go through an hour-long description on how.
It's like I open up a couple of them, right? And then I'll be like, oh yeah, I gotta go spend some time swiping, right?
It's a lot of work.
And then I'll be like, oh God, I'll be like, nope. And I'm like, is this application even listening to what I put down there? Because this is not the age I put down, and this is not what I like. This is not my preferences. And everybody's like, no, you gotta keep working on it till it starts. What is the algorithm? Starts,
yeah.
Like, man.
It's funny because I have a lot of everything I do is digitized. I hope I said that right.
Yeah.
And I like apps and everything, but when it comes to that, I'm just like, this is so much work. And probably because there's so much. Whenever I post on all the socials for pod or for personal or for fun, I'm doing it and I don't have to interact really with anybody else. And I can block people, especially on TikTok, if they annoy me. So with that, I have to actually interact. And I was just curious, as men, I know you probably didn't. Have you ever gotten on there just to fuck around?
I wish.
Would you?
I would. Why not?
Just to
be like, hey.
Wasn't there a DTF one, or was that what Tinder was nicknamed? Wasn't there one that said down to fuck? There was down to fuck parties.
People would say Hinge was more for.
Hold on.
Well, the very first one was.
Wasn't YouTube a
Bumble?
dating app when it first came out?
Bumble was one.
Was it?
No, Tinder was the
YouTube?
first
I think
one.
so.
I was
Tinder
always
was
for pirating videos.
I thought it was like eHarmony. This is how, or no, what was it? Match.
No, but those
Was
are
it
like
Match?
serious ones.
Was YouTube, guys,
No.
Jeff or John, was YouTube a dating app at all?
No, he's talking about LubeTube.
YouTube, no.
PornTube?
or .net?
Pornhub?
RedTube?
I thought YouTube when it first came out was actually a dating app.
No, it was always videos.
Was it? But I
Yeah,
thought it was
I
for
don't-
meeting people to date when it first came out, and then it blew up and went to whatever it's doing now.
I'll actually look it up. Who knows? Because I just remember one day YouTube became super important.
2008.
That's
Yeah.
how you figure out how to do stuff you don't know how to do.
That's how I'm
Now
gonna meet
that's
a
what it's
man.
for.
One day he's just gonna become important.
Before
I'm
it
like,
was to
okay.
upload illegal videos,
Yeah, but I think Tinder was the main one, and then Bumble
John.
came after that.
Hold on.
Paulie's right. It did start out as a dating app.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Yeah, Valentine's Day 2005.
For someone who says
You're welcome.
For someone who says he never has been on any of the apps,
Well, no.
I would have bet anything that wasn't true, but he's fucking spot on.
Hey, hold on.
For a Dallas
Hey,
fan.
Polly, you come to Tribe Called Jess to be a winner at something. You come here to be a winner at something. I'm glad we could help. You're welcome.
You're welcome for the knowledge I just gave you.
Okay, John, let's go to the YouTube chat real quick. John Burnley, my friend got kicked off Christian Mingle. That was some shit.
I want to hear that story.
Can you type in the story, or I don't think we have the phone lines open.
Too much mingle, not enough Christian.
Really, too much mingle, not enough Christian. I can only imagine. The go lives on TikTok are interesting right now, and I've heard more about how we're all going to hell today when I scroll through, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, she's already there.
Some wackadoodles. Anyway,
there's a whole bunch of different, apps and online like dating sites. Some of them are super serious, right? They're like Christian Mingle, Match. They got one. Like if you're just Jewish.
They got the farmers singles.
Yeah, farmers. Yeah,
farmers.
Those are real specific
What can I
ones.
join?
Oh,
leave me alone, motherfucker.
I know there's. I know Hilly is for like hooking up as well.
Was it John Caniford? Remember back in our days at what was that bar you DJ'd at and I worked at?
Interesting.
O'Toole's Sports Pub.
No, right by the Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, fuck.
The one that's in Chantilly too. Anyway,
Backyard.
Yeah, didn't somebody bring by flyers one time, or maybe I'm imagining this with the DTF party? I'm not imagining this. I remember because I was like, "What's DTF?" Because it was so long ago.
That's a fun.
I can promise you they never gave me that flyer.
I'm not
They're
saying
probably
they
picking
gave
their
it.
audience.
John was the one handing them out.
No. I remember getting these flyers, and I was like, "What's DTF?" Like I'm thinking it's like down the fuck. I'm like, what? Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like
Anyway.
downtown fun.
Downtown fun. What do you mean downtown? Down to have fun. Well, people put a spin on it for clickbait when flyers. You use clickbait for flyers, but there wasn't clicking. You're just flyering.
Jessica's like, you guys remember the cars where they used to make the announcements in the?
How do you QR that? Jess?
How do I shut off? Clickbait. Click. Anyway, couple things. Tinder, I think, also has made it very easy to cheat for men, especially, and I will tell you, or I mean, for women especially. Men probably more so, but women I think are better at it on there.
Yeah, I think you have to be super smart about that. Guys we're not that.
Well,
what's the
hold
word
on.
I'm looking for?
New stat is only 54% of people on Tinder, I pulled this up today, are single. 54%.
That's better than I thought it was.
46 of it.
40% of people use dating apps. Now, this is only one study. Recent, though. I wanted to get a recent study to cheat. And, people do it for a couple of reasons. The two main reasons, other than, okay, let's take out the reasons we cheat anyway. This is on top of. One is they have an inflated, hold on, you know me, it's hard for me to, inflated desirability. So when you're on there, whether you're man or woman, in a way, dating apps, especially I think women, are getting hit up, and they're like, I'm a hot commodity. And these could be by guys who have, what do you call those, the fake pictures? They're not real. They call them something on dating
Catfish?
apps. Yeah, catfish. They could be, anybody. So now they did more of this with men, but I can see this with women as well, where all of a sudden they think they're way more desirable than they actually are, right? And the other reason was, they have a darker personality type. They tend to be more sociopathic. They're not sociopaths.
See, I told
Okay,
you.
give me one sec. And they tend to be more Machiavellian. Jeff, what does Machiavellian mean? I can't remember. And narcissistic. And they also have a high sense of self too. What's Machiavellian?
Machiavellian.
Machiavellian, thank you.
Thank you.
But what's it mean? I can't remember the definition. But they tend to be that type of people. But I do. Are you guys paying attention?
I think they're looking at what Machiavellian is.
I was thinking Machiavelli.
Personality trait that denotes cunningness and ability to be manipulative and drive to use whatever means necessary to gain power.
Yep.
So like
Correct.
narcissistic.
Isn't that from The Prince?
That's what it says.
Well,
Yeah,
Machiavellian
it came
is.
from the
Well, it's also in Taylor Swift's
from
song.
Machiavelli was his last name.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they tend to have those traits, people. I think, real quick, I want to go to the YouTube chat. OG Dad, YouTube was a dating app. Tune in, hook up. That's what it was called. John, if you want to call in and tell us your Christian Mingle kickoff story, call 800.
He's on the line.
He's on the phone right now, waiting. Yeah.
All right, let's get John in here. John Burnley, who's going to tell us why his friend got kicked off of Christian Mingle. What's up, John? Happy Halloween.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing
What's
just
happening?
fine.
All right, this is the deal. I mean, we was like, sitting around kicking, and he was like, you know what? Maybe I need a church going girl. I said, man, that's a good idea. I was like, you know what? He said, I'm getting on Christian Mingle. I said, all right. I said, tell me how that goes. I said, well, don't be wilding out. I said, you can't be, doing all this and all that. It is Christian Mingle. So about 3 weeks went by, and he said, yeah, I got a date. And I was like, where y'all going? He said, to church. I said, all right, cool. I said, cool. I said, that's what this is about. I said, all right. So afterwards, he said everything was cool. I said, you won't expect no kiss, man. You just left church, dude. Didn't leave club. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Those Christians get down sometimes,
They pray.
Hey, sometimes.
Sometimes they're the worst offenders.
Anyway, to make a long story short, he got kind of vulgar on Christian Mingle. And I was like,
I love it.
I was like, he was telling me about it. I said, you just can't say that. And them chicks on there, yeah, they might get down, but there's probably a 60% chance they're not. Because if they wouldn't they be on Tinder? But then again, you got to be diabolical to be a whore on Christian Mingle. Okay.
Have you ever been to churches and after church?
But you got to be diabolical.
There's men that leave there and then go meet their girlfriend. What do you mean? I know them.
I do too, but
they leave their wife and go meet their girlfriend. That's diabolical. Being Christian doesn't make you not naughty.
Did a hand job in church.
You did?
No,
Yo, wow.
No, I'm just saying.
Hey, that's brave.
So how did he get kicked off? What happened?
Because he
Tell us. Come on. This is a Tribe Called Jess. Not
okay.
Not church.
He asked the chick on there. She like, it said you don't want to have sex. Do you just want to have oral? And that was it right there, Jack. He was gone. Account deactivated. I said, you should have known that this. I get where you're coming from, but once again,
I agree.
You can't do this.
I'm giving you know me and my sarcastic humor. Come on, I get it. You're correct. But I mean,
he should have been on Mormons Mingle.
Yeah, they like soaking. They like soaking and orgies. Allegedly, no, that story.
Allegedly orgies or allegedly soaking?
No, that came out. The Mormon orgy story is on the Netflix or whatever.
Like
one
Hulu.
Of the, yeah, or Hulu.
The Hulu.
Oh my God, John, that's amazing. Well, at least he went out with not a bang, but I don't know, what would you call that?
He was trying to.
He communicated.
He was trying to go out with a bang. He went out with a mouthful. There you go. Thank you, John, for calling in. We love you, babe. We appreciate you.
Ain't no problem.
Have a happy Halloween. Be safe. Don't get too wasted.
Shit, I ain't leaving the house. Crazy people out there tonight, man. It's warm and shit. You know how the DMV is.
Oh, true. Fair. I wouldn't leave either. I'm afraid to drive later. Anyway, I think it's easier for women to absolutely cheat on there because women are they are better savants at being sneaky. Men just bust themselves out because just like Insta, they get Finstas. And which is a fake Instagram account to stalk other people. I've never had one. I want one though.
I don't even know how to use the normal one.
And catch
my real one.
Yeah, Finsta. Having a Finsta has been a big deal for a while. It's an easy way to find out shit. But I mean, women get super creative, and men tend to. I think it's just in their genetics, fall for it and just get caught. And women are tricky about walking men right into their own truth admission. But what do you think about the cheating?
In terms of, yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, it just made it more accessible. You know, you have more access to people, right?
Yeah.
And it's a click. It's a click of a button.
And
So
what about this? What if you guys get in a relationship, right? And maybe by accident or not thinking about it, but what if you found out your partner's dating apps were still open?
Oh, interesting. I mean,
how would you handle it? Because there's a piece of them that can deflect and say, "Oh my God, when we got together, I just didn't delete." Like,
I mean, it's a one thing to have it open. Another one is to be active on it, right? So I don't think you should eliminate it.
How do I know though that you haven't been active on it?
It's trust. You have to trust it. I'm not gonna be stressing to see if you're on there or not.
But if somebody didn't delete their apps, would you take them at their word that it was an accident?
But how would they know if they're not on there themselves?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
on their
can't
phone.
just go on Tinder and look. Can
On their
I?
phone.
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
or you
that
could create, girls catch guys all the time on Tinder. When I pulled up these stories today,
Or if a friend, maybe
I
like
caught
a
my
friend says,
boyfriend by
"Guess
creating
what?
a
I
fake.
saw your man on the thing."
yes.
Trust me, I've sold out men on there before.
Yeah,
100%.
I think there's gonna be like a time period, of dating. Maybe once you have that conversation and you say, "Let's make this serious," let's make it monogamous, and then while you're mentioning that, you could say, "Well, you know what? I think we should delete our, or close them for now."
Yeah. Would you break up with someone if you found out, Polly, that it was still on as long as they weren't active? Or
I think it tells you the last time that person was on there.
It might.
So it probably depends.
It does. You would have to create. So you wouldn't be able to go on their phone, click the app, and see when they were active, probably. It might. You'd have to dig. But if I had a fake account, I could go in and see when you were last active. But I can also have a setting to show that I'm not active. Just like Facebook, I shut down certain settings because I don't want people to know when I'm active. Like on Insta, I have all my settings to shut down because I don't want people to know when I'm active.
And this is why I wouldn't stress about, to see if she would be, still active or on the dating site.
Yeah.
Because the effort that you go through to make sure you don't do that, then I wouldn't even want to be with somebody who does that anyways.
Yeah.
It's hard to cover it up.
Yeah, I would.
Excuse me, Mr. 12 inches over there.
Sorry. If my shorts keep coming up, you'll see it shortly.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay, Jeff, what do you think? Any thoughts on this subject, or are you not paying attention tonight?
No, I'm paying attention, but no, I don't know what the question is. I had to go get money for the costume contest.
Oh, do you think that? Well, one is, do you think it makes people Tinder specifically makes people go from relationship to relationship instead of taking that pause? That's A, and B, do you think it makes it way easier to cheat or get caught?
I don't think that it makes them do anything. That people are going to do what they are going to do regardless. It just makes it easier for them to do that.
Accessible.
Yeah.
To multiple. Who said that? Was it Julio?
That was Frankie.
Frankie.
That's true, because now you don't even have to leave the
Yeah.
house if you want to, look for something.
Everybody's always looking for a reason to blame somebody else for what
Yeah.
they're doing wrong, and it might help you. But if you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat, and if you're not
Right.
going to cheat, that doesn't make it easier for you if you're not going to cheat. So it doesn't force you to become a cheater because you're doing it.
Right.
Very true.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And so, moving on to the next subject, Frankie had asked a question, which we dove into last week. We started to dive into, or you didn't ask a question, you made that statement. So tell us again for our audience, refresh their minds about your question that we're now on week 3, and maybe we'll get to the end of the rainbow. I'm kidding.
My statement, my quote, I
You
called
called
you,
me.
and I said to you, you know what? I've come to the realization that I'm the type of man that I need a real good woman next to me in order to level up, to reach the potential that I want to reach, And I came to that conclusion because, I've tried to level up in different levels and aspects of my life, and I'm able to maybe get there, but then I can't hold on to it. Like I start, I fall off it and start doing other, behaving a certain way or living in a certain lifestyle, and I can't maintain it. And sometimes I like the motivation, sometimes they say, oh, do it for your children, do it for yourself, do it for this. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff for myself and for my kids and for my parents. But it's just something about having a good woman next to you that just really lights a fire underneath, me to get certain things done and accomplished.
Yeah, and Chris, what do you think about that? Because I thought of you when Frankie had asked that, and I wanted to bring you back on the show. Sorry, guys, you're going to hear that back feed. What do you think about that?
I mean, he's right. It makes it easier for you to level up and try to do what you need to do with someone by your side. But you also, as time goes on, you get comfortable with the relationship and all that, and you don't feel like you're getting any higher. But I don't personally need someone to make me go anymore.
Right.
If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't need a female here to tell me or just help me out. I mean, I thought about this earlier and I had it all in my head and I'm forgetting it all right now. But I get, he's right. It does. With her, it's easy if I want to work more, make more money and do all that. You push yourself even more, trying to make everything better. But once it's not there anymore, then you just kind of feel like, I'm kind of like, fuck it, I'm done. No, yes, the kids things. Yes, I try to do what I can for my kids, but I also want to do things for myself. But I don't think you actually need a female just to level up any higher.
And I'm going to ask David, since you're with Millie, do you think that having a woman in your life has pushed you harder to reach goals, to want to achieve things?
I think that comes from yourself.
Right.
Before I met Millie, I had given up on being in a relationship again. And I was just, out there having
Me
fun.
too, David. Me too.
Oh, I feel your pain. I'm there.
Like meeting her was a surprise, and it was awesome because it was like every day we're like, hey, I had fun today. You want to do
like
it tomorrow?
You were like, fuck it can't get any worse. Let me try this.
She was very. What I very much admired about her was she was super nice, and it wasn't to me. I could just tell she was to everyone she was around. And I mean, there were 3 people where I was when I met her, but she was nice to everyone. And I was just like, man, that's a good person. I could tell that because I had already been working on myself. I'd already kind of given up on. I was just like, whatever. I'm done in life because my past relationship was not great. So I don't know. There's not a good answer for that. I think sometimes you have to get to a point where you're okay with yourself and you don't need someone else to do that, but then you run into someone that just encourages you in the way that you want to be encouraged naturally without demanding it of you.
Yeah, his statement's better than mine.
Builds you up so much. Well,
He's right.
Because I'm talking about Millie. So,
right.
It's awesome when you get that, but you can't. I don't think you can look for it because you'll never find it.
Yeah, I'm going to pull our mics really close over this music. Julio, do you have any thoughts? And then I want to go to Millie, and then I'm going to tell you what I found out.
Yeah, I think, it depends on the person. There's always that famous expression behind, like, every successful man is a badass woman. So, there's always those people that needed to have a strong woman behind them to kind of, like, encourage them, keep them going on to the next step. Especially when you, like, run into, like, a speed bump or a detour along the way. They were there to help their mans, continue forward and just level up. But it also depends on the individual. If you're not really trying to do much with your life, then,
Well, of course. Okay, I think the point is...
Yeah, let me clarify. It's not like oh my God, I'm not doing anything.
I think you're missing...
You guys are missing the point. For example, right? Like, I'm comfy where I live, but if I had a woman, then I would be like, you know what? I would want to buy a house. Like, for me, I'm not really, like, wanting to buy a house. And if I do have a house, I'm not one to, like, decorate it and put nice furniture. You know what I'm saying? But if I have a good woman who's like, all right, let's go shopping, let's do this, let's do that.
I think
I'm all down for it. And
it's definitely more fun to have a partner to do that with.
Yeah, or if I travel.
Especially if you guys love the same stuff. Hell yeah.
Yeah, like I travel on my own, right?
Yep.
And it's fun. But for me, it would be so much nicer to travel with a partner.
Yep.
I think, guys, there's this actual science behind this, and basically women, I mean, I think on some level, and before I get attacked, it's not about, sex being sexist or anything, but women and men have different strengths and weaknesses just by our DNA, right? And women are great high level speaking nurturers. I mean, we're great nurturers, great multitaskers. We're great at pulling everything together, and we're great at motivating people. It's what we do. We're not thinking of and I think this might have been in one of the clips, or I might have seen this today, but oh God, do this kids need sneakers? We're like thinking, okay, in a month he's going to be out of those sneakers, and that's in our checklist, right? And scientifically, they've kind of proven that men inspire women. Women inspire men, especially disciplined and determined women. And when women are almost more determined than you, they motivate men to do better. They give men hope on a daily basis. Men tend to be more productive with a discipline. Doesn't mean that they're the woman is you're necessarily married. This could be just a partner or whatever. That woman will push you, especially a more determined. That was the word. A more determined woman than you. The more confident the woman, the more successful the man statistically. This is just stats. So I found that interesting, and it went back to you need a good woman. And then you sent me this reel, and I want John to play this reel. But what's a good woman? And I think this reel is going to be triggering to people. It's going to be controversial. Laura said, real quick, Frankie, Laura said, I love traveling. I'll travel with you, Frankie. Where are we going? Laura said, it's also a want, not a need. You guys are looking for a true partner in life. Oh, those are all great things.
Yeah, that's a good point when you said it's a want, not a need.
I think we all need connection. So I want somebody, in my life. Granted, I don't need, but I do think connection is what makes life. I mean, that's it. That's why we're here. At the end of the day, everything else, when people have talked about when their health was threatened or things like that, or near-death experience, not near-death saw the light. I'm saying it came back. None of this bullshit mattered. What mattered was the connection, whether with wife, with kids, with spouse, with my little Oshi. Those are the things that counted. Nobody's going to give a fuck. Real quick, go ahead and cue that reel, because what is a good woman? I think this will trigger probably women. Frankie found it, not me.
And
turn it up, John.
Yep. I think that we as women don't understand all the things that we disqualify ourselves from for making bad decisions in the moment. What I mean by that is when you do get pregnant by multiple men. What I mean by that is when you are okay with gaining 50 to 100 pounds. What I mean by that is when you're not drinking water. What I mean by that is when you're not taking care of yourself. You literally are disqualifying yourself from a masculine man. Why? Because one of the number one things that a masculine man wants is a visually appealing woman. That's what is going to get him to the door. Now, your character is what gets him to stay. But if you want the best, you have to be the best, because the best isn't choosing average. So we really need to date inside of what's inside of our realm. And the truth is, the more that you allow yourself not to be disciplined with how you grow mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, and energetically, you are either subconsciously or consciously disqualifying yourself from the best man that you could deserve or have. But the truth is, most women don't really have that coming. They're lazy. Lazy spiritually, lazy emotionally, lazy physically, lazy energetically. And when you're beautiful, I think some of the most beautiful women are some of the most lazy women, lazy and entitled, right? So I think that when you're just honest with yourself and what you want and your desires, man, when a beautiful woman, and I'm talking about societal beauty, right? When a beautiful woman also has character, you are a freaking unicorn. When a beautiful woman has character and takes care of herself, you are a platinum needle in a haystack, as my mom has always said, right? You've got to do the things based on the result that you want. Now, if you just want to run through these men, get some dinners paid for, get a bag here and there, take a trip twice a year on that man and just take pictures of his arm, great. If that's what you want, then do you, boo. But if you want something of substance and you want a man that genuinely desires you, wants to provide for you, take care of you, spoil you, and has the character to suffice with that, then you got to be better.
A lot of people don't. They want to be better, but don't want to.
You sent me that. I was like, oh, Because I think it encompasses this discussion. I have some agreement and disagreement with her, but it also encompasses many discussions we've had on this show. So I'll let you lead off with this since you sent it to me and I don't take the fucking heat for all that.
It's funny what she said when she was like, "Oh, women are gonna hate me for this." No, I mean, it's because sometimes if you just listen to it quickly and superficially, of course you're gonna get offended, right?
I'm not offended.
Yeah, but when you really listen to it, it's much deeper than just the stuff that you do normally, where it's like, oh, go to dinner, use people for this or that. It's when you meet in this case, obviously a woman, right? If I meet a woman, who's not only funny but intelligent, but also caring, right? Takes care of herself, runs a good household, takes care of all her stuff. It's more attractive. You want to also, it motivates me to want to like be her man, right? Like it's almost like saying, you know what? I respect you so much that it makes me want to make sure that that the way I treat you reflects that respect that you've, earned on your own.
I think if you listen to it from ego and insecurity, that can be a very scary thing to watch. And I'm empathetic to women that watch that and get offended. I think that when you get that feeling of whatever, your ego's responding in that reel, it's the things that you probably do need to work on. And that's okay. And look, when she said, oh, you'll attract a masculine man, you need to be... I go back to when I went on the celibacy kick, and then before that when I watched the Masculine Minds podcast, right? Yeah. You have to show up as the type of woman for the type of man you want to attract. And that's why I don't date. That's why I don't do a lot of things that I used to do, because I need to be in line. I know exactly the type of man I want. I'm not talking in a box, perfect cookie cutter, but I got to show up as that woman. So I think she has valid points. I think those apply to men too, though. Yeah, I don't want to see a man get out of, do all those things too. So I want a man to show up like that for me too.
And I like how she said you got to keep it in your own realm.
Well, that's what
right?
I thought.
Yeah. So,
date within your own. We did that show that was a little controversial. Date within your whatever you. I don't want to say.
Well, she said realm, and the way I took it, which means is like you have what you want, right, and your needs. And, I'm not gonna try to get someone who's like super wealthy, who's lived a different lifestyle that I've never understood myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to meet something that I'm familiar with, that I know that I'll be comfortable with. It doesn't mean you can't get out of your comfort zone, but you know what I'm trying to say. You gotta be with the familiarity where like what levels you're in.
You're basically going to date at what you can get, because you're not any better or worse than that. That's where you are. So you tend to attract where you are. It sounds brutal the way I'm saying it. It's not. That can go with friends too.
That's why I like how she said it. When she used the word realm, it sounded completely different.
If I outgrow people who I no longer hang out with as a person, as a friend, it's not that I don't like those people or I'm being snobby. They might have outgrown me. We're at two different playing fields. That doesn't mean at some point we won't meet again up here. So I can't date someone who's not taking care of their body and putting, things like that, going to the gym. I've done that. I don't need you to have a six-pack or be perfect. Yeah. That's important to me, right? So I need it to be important to somebody.
Yeah, and I get it because, like, personally, like, I would be annoyed if my woman's always at the gym because I don't go to the gym. Then I'll be, like, jealous of the gym. I'll be like, dude, you're always at the gym. Right?
Well, I think most people adjust their hour. Like I go for an
hour.
I'm
saying this is an example since you brought it up, right? But then if you meet someone who likes to work out and has something in common, I mean, even when I used to work out, I couldn't work out with my woman. We would argue.
I wouldn't go with my man. I wouldn't go with my.
Yeah, like, I mean, maybe one. It's like you would argue that.
Yeah, maybe one. Gym is my time. Gym is my time. It's when I clear my mental headspace. It's when I won't answer my phone. It's I don't text back, but it's true. That's my time. I don't want to go with a man because I tell men or anybody. I even tell you guys, don't text me. I'm in the gym, or what I mean?
or let's say the guy likes to golf. The golfing is time consuming, and then your woman's gonna be like, Well, you're always golfing.
One sec. Hey, Spicy Ron. Yeah, we have a concert going on here. There's nothing I can do about that. Chickens Cluck. What's a gym? A jungle gym? I mean, it depends on the time. You attract what you think you deserve. If you have a low self-esteem and think highly of yourself, you're going to attract trash and think that's good enough. Maybe. That's true. I do think that people meet you where you are. Millie, as a woman, what did you think of that? I'm curious of your feedback. Just talk loud.
I wasn't offended by anything she said. I mean, I always respect other people's opinions. But I agree with you guys. You do attract where you're at. And that changes through life. And with me, I'm glad I found somebody that goes through my changes with me and is supportive.
Oh, absolutely.
Instead of like, I need to always be stepping it up for him to always be stepping it up, you know?
You're like the hardest worker I've ever met.
I think it's not even about that. So we talk about this on the show too, where even when you're in a relationship, you're gonna have these moments of true independence, like where you're going on different journeys. You don't separate, cheat, not love each other. That's not what that means. But in order for that relationship to maintain longevity of years, you're gonna go on different journeys. I mean, like, it's still in the same realm, guys, still in the same house. And then you come back together, and that's where growth happens and love sustains. So I think nobody's making an expectation. I think she's saying, look, you can't be a person and then expect to, because some women have this expectation, I'm going to attract this, this, and this, and they're acting like complete trash.
I mean, you can't say I want a hardworking woman and I'm a lazy dude. You see
Correct.
what I'm saying? It's like,
correct.
Then what do I need? I need a sugar mama? Is that what I'm asking for?
Hell
so,
yes.
Yes,
so
that's
it's
what
like,
you're asking.
I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
why turn that down?
Did I stutter?
yeah, so you always, and I always go back to this, self-reflect. I always say, you got to look in the mirror. You know, adding to what Laura said about, you know, you put what you think you deserve. Well, you also got to look in the mirror and be honest, right? I might think I deserve a hot 10 woman who's like, you know, wealthy and super sexy, but then I look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I'm 48, you know, like, you know, I'm saying, right? So you gotta also be honest and
Come on, man, don't put yourself down.
I know. You're supposed to look in the mirror like, I deserve it.
I'm not
Put
putting
yourself down. Put yourself down.
I'm not putting myself down. I'm just not putting myself all the way up there. You know?
You have reasonable expectations.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be reasonable. So that's why, and it all has to do with you working on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't want to be delusional either. You know, like those memes we see, those reels, right? Julio be sending me reels with the guys like, what does it say? My taste in women, right?
You better have a boat. So in other words, your taste in women is you better have a boat.
Well, it is, yeah. Like
Pretty
memes
much,
like that.
pretty much.
Like those kind of memes.
Real quick, Spicy Rob, can I be your Batman? I am, actually, this is a Catwoman suit, but I put on bunny ears tonight. Do you have a tail plug?
Yes, John. They're doing like, they're killing it.
This cover band is doing Lady Gaga. That's actually Jason. Jason that's on the show, John. This is his band. So they're doing a good job. It's just, it's a lot of background noise for us, unfortunately. Polly, what is your opinion on it?
I don't know. I kind of forgot everything. I can't hardly hear anything what's going on. But I agree with what she's saying. She's right. I mean, also you got to reflect on yourself and how you need to be towards your significant other or whatever. But I don't know.
I mean, she basically was saying that, and obviously she talked about women, but it applies to us men too, that as individuals, if we don't work on ourselves, basically, we're going to limit the things that we're able to accomplish, right? If you want someone who, you know, let's say, for example, someone who likes to travel, right? Then what you do is maybe you can't travel too much, right? Because you don't have the money, so then you get a better job. You educate yourself about other cities, right? You start reading. You become knowledgeable about their fashion, their culture. So when you do go, you know, you have some kind of knowledge about it, and you can meet other people that travel. But that's just an example.
I mean, yeah, if you're not well traveled, like I'm well traveled, and if somebody's traveling a lot already and they want to do that, there's also a flip side to that, guys, and we'll move off of this. There are some guys where I'm very well traveled and they would rather me not be because they want to be the one showing me that for the first time and sharing that experience. So there's different appetites for that meaning like some guys wouldn't find it attractive that I was, even though they were well traveled, right? So, and that's just an example. So I think
Are we talking about traveling to other places?
Outside of Manassas, at least.
No, I was thinking of something else. I'm well traveled too.
Fuck's sake. You hookers.
Sorry.
You male fucking hookers.
But yeah, so I mean, what I got out of it from was you got to work on yourself. You got to set goals for yourself. So when you can attract what you become, right?
Well, no, you got to know what you want. And then go, am I that type of person to attract that type of person?
Yeah.
High level speaking. I mean, and if you're not, you're not. You've got to be honest with yourself so you're not out there looking for something that just isn't going to come to you. I mean, that I'm not going to meet a most likely 30-year-old guy that doesn't want kids. So I know that. So
Yeah.
I raised it to 35 that doesn't want kids.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What? That's what I don't.
That's a good example.
I like younger guys.
That's a good example.
But the end of the day, most 30-year-old guys, I don't necessarily 30, but when it comes to the 30s, you know, it's hit or miss. I don't want anybody to have kids, and I don't want to have any more kids. And so, I mean, I'm...
So, yeah, it's going to be...
going from here
Yeah,
to
correct,
here.
yeah.
And I have to realize that, you know, probably won't happen. And then some of the 40-year-olds hit or miss, you know what I mean? Because they're in that, for whatever reason, that 40-year-old, 41, 42, they want to split the bill and I'm out. So that's not happening. Doesn't mean I won't be generous for those that haven't listened before. I'm not doing it. The minute you say that, I lose all respect for you. So,
what do you mean split the bill?
They want me to pay half.
Oh.
I'm not doing it. So I totally.
No, we want you to pay for all of it.
I'm not. I might. I might. If you treat me like a woman, I feel like a woman, then I'll probably cover many bills. But the minute you ask, I can't. But that's another show, and we've had many of those.
Yeah, I never done that before. I never even heard of that. People actually asking whoever you're dating, say you got to pay half. I have never seen that in my life.
Have you been in America the last 10 years?
But I don't sit there and watch that. But I personally have never seen that in my life, even with friends. And I've never seen it pay half. Maybe pay half the utilities and stuff like that, but not going out or traveling or dinner or whatever.
Where are these people?
Well, they're still here.
They're not well
in
traveled.
Manassas in the city. They're all well traveled in Manassas, but But I had never heard of that. If somebody asked, I would never ask her, say, hey, you got to pay for half of this.
It's a huge thing all over.
Either she'll throw the card out there or I'll throw the card out there
to
pay for it.
Yeah. Wow. I feel enlightened because this is not the case. So anyway, speaking of that, Millie, we're going to wrap it up soon. Millie sent me an article of what you should never do for a man. Millie, do you remember any of them?
No.
busy doing the Cupid shuffle
Cover
right now.
your ears over there.
One of them was pay the bill. One of them was not do laundry.
What?
Well, not do their laundry, which I love it. I would be very upset if I couldn't do a
Sounds
man's
like someone
laundry
I
that I
know.
was with.
Wait, so that was something you should
not. And it gives reasons
Things
why.
you don't do for a man.
And
so you shouldn't do their laundry? Is that what you said?
No, there was a ton. There was 20. I
No,
sent
but
you
I'm
guys
saying, is that one of them not to do their laundry or yes, do their laundry?
I thought you split the laundry.
It's making them a sandwich, one of them.
That was not on there.
Exactly, because you made daddy a sandwich.
Can you pull it up on your phone?
Go.
Guys, real quick, I asked Facebook the question. I did get a few answers. One guy, my friend Jamie, goes, I'm just curious to see how many men comment because I said women.
Yeah, because I was curious. I was
And
curious.
then
also
one
the
of my
list.
guy friends, John, I said, what do you not ask and what do you ask a man to not do and do? Or you should not do and do. And one of the do's was Hawk Tua from John.
I saw it.
I thought that was funny. Schimmel, our good friend Schimmel, he goes, this is great. He just wants all the advice.
Look at what's number one.
Never pay for him. Yeah, it was never pay for him. You should not pay. These are all should nots. But I do want to read out the Facebook. Christina, and she said, never cheat, but that's true for everyone.
Yeah.
And then her do was always do.
I was like, it was like boring. Like,
it's given.
Still, I appreciate them commenting on Facebook and participating. Always do support, not speaking financial, but all other ways. Again, that's true for everyone. Jamie, my friend Jamie said a woman should never embarrass her man in public. I like that.
That's a
I
good
actually
one.
like that. I think that's mutual respect. We shouldn't be doing that, but that's a great one. But that's not doing something for him. That's whatever. Okay.
That's a good question. Is this for when you're married or when you're like dating?
Just doesn't matter.
When you're with a man, period.
Period.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whoever's from
So if we're standing on an island, you don't.
And then Laura, who's online,
Don't pay for me.
Laura, who's online. Let me finish, guys, please. I'm single as a Pringle, and nothing I do is right anyway. It doesn't matter how good I am. They always shoot trash over me. And my retort to her was, what did I say, Laura? I said back to Laura, hold on. Because men, they always realize when it's too late, karma will track them down step by step, town to town.
You need to put your glasses on.
Yeah, I do. All right, so go ahead, Millie. What are some of the never do for men things?
There's a lot of them.
Read some.
I don't know. I had a hard time trying to come up with like.
Hey, we didn't do this to
what
ruin
not
a
to do.
marriage.
It says life for him, pay for him, give up your hobbies,
Buy for him.
laundry,
Yeah.
his laundry, change your appearance for him, let him break boundaries. I feel like these are for anyone though. His taxes, I don't know. Lose weight, leave your job for him, his shopping, change wardrobe. I mean, I wouldn't do
So we're all just
his
gonna
chores.
have groceries at the house.
So hold on.
Chase him.
So there's two things that I deduce down.
Don't
the
dress
list
like
there.
his girlfriend.
I'm going to tell you where I'll speak to this. I love doing laundry. I love nurturing a man.
Yeah.
So I think the list is broad. However, I think, and I'm not going to say which relationship, but it turns into babysitting a fucking man-child.
Yeah.
You're doing their laundry.
That's what a
you're
35-year-old does.
Well,
They need nurturing at that age.
this one wasn't.
Is it fair to say that?
No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm just talking about in general.
Look, a girlfriend / wife should do the same things
Let me finish my
that
thought.
his mom did for him.
Okay. Well, I'm not babysitting anybody, and I'm not babysitting a fucking improper man-child. So I think you do get into that territory where they become so dependent on you in that way, you almost feel like mommy. And I don't want to feel like anybody's fucking mommy. On the flip side, I think there's parts of that are nurturing, where I like to cook, where I enjoy doing laundry. So I think there's probably each section of that list breaks it down. What I do think you should do is a blowjob a day keeps the bitches away. Make sure that you stay very good for your man. Men are very visual, and it's important for your health and for you to do for yourself and your self-confidence. But I do believe in that. I mean, I say that all the time. If a friend calls me, like, are you having sex? Are you doing this? Because it's so important to connect. Are you taking care of you? Because then you exude confidence. So I would say do those things for your man in that way, Millie.
Because on the list it said, don't change your appearance for your man.
I'm not changing for. You didn't hear what I said because you're not listening.
No, I just said one of the things on the list said that.
Men are
I heard
visual.
what you said.
You should be doing it for yourself first, because then you're confident. But that also pushes a man to be more cohesive with you because they are visual.
Yeah, but to me it's kind of silly that it says that, because
I'm not saying
women,
the
because
list
women
is right.
always like their men to dress a certain way and they'll buy outfits for them. There's nothing wrong
100%.
with that. I'm not saying like you can't be
Frankie,
yourself.
you're reverting back to
You know?
like taking it literal. It was just a list she sent me, and I thought some of them were entertaining because I love doing laundry. I do go shopping.
I know. Can you imagine doing your own laundry and then, oh, this is not mine. This is his.
I do have girlfriends. I absolutely have girlfriends that
You
do
see
that.
a father. Hers are all folded, nice and neat. And he's like, all right, hon, we're going out to dinner. He's like, wait, babe, I don't have a clean outfit.
Hold on, I wanted to add to my point though. On that is you become a babysitter to a man-child. I didn't finish my point. I knew what I wanted to say. But yet they want you to work full time. And I'm like, I'm not fucking babysitting you and working fucking full time too. And then they're like, well, I changed your oil. Well, so can fucking Jiffy Lube. Like we were talking about. So I like this song a lot, by the way. Let me ask you guys then to wrap it up on something funny. What is your favorite thing when you're in a relationship, not in a relationship, whatever, that a girl will do, that you like a woman to do for you? Besides let them suck your feet, Frank.
I normally got to pay extra for that.
Frankie knows them all. Just go to Frankie. What do you like a woman to... It could be... Please make it funny. Please, because we're ending. So make it funny.
Well, I was going to say it has to do with food. I always love it.
Cake and feet.
Yeah, like on the weekend, like, you know, like on a Saturday or Sunday morning, wake up to that smell of like breakfast being made.
Feet, smell
like
feet.
my
fave.
I was not thinking that. I was making up to that smell of what?
That smell of hardwood.
Hot sex on a platter.
Yeah, I mean, being woken up to that too.
Yeah, well, that's hot. Polly?
What was the question again?
Oh, for God's sake,
Jeez,
Polly.
Getting hungry.
When you're in a relationship, I know I am too. What do you like a woman to do for you? It can be dirty.
I have no idea. Thought about that.
What? How old are you?
I am 46, thank you. Almost 47.
I'll be 50 in March. Shush.
I know.
You guys are going to have a field day.
No, I have no idea.
We'll come back to
we
you.
We need to become more self-aware. John Canifer.
He's like, I'm waiting for the robot female to be made.
John Canifer, what do you like for a woman to do?
I think I'm a man baby because I think Tracy checks everything on that list that she's not supposed to do. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, buy a lottery ticket, and go home tonight.
John, just be like, I would like her to put her tit on my mouth and I can just suck it.
I mean, I got my in-laws at my house doing my laundry currently, so I got a good little gig at the moment.
I love doing laundry. I think we took that list literal. It was more to be like just to add in, but like more to get to. What do you like a woman to do for you?
Actually, what I like is a middle of the day text when I'm at work with her saying I love you.
Oh,
sorry, it sounds a little cheesy, but
it's awesome, bro.
That's good. That's good.
But he wants those texts that says, thinking about you, can't wait till you get home.
He likes that text that says, I love you even though you're a Cowboys fan.
Oh, God. That has happened.
Jeff?
Oh, yeah. Something a woman shouldn't ask her man to do, change his team. Change his team even if it sucks.
Jeff, what do you like for a woman to do when you're in a relationship or so whatever you do?
I don't have anything particular. It just depends on the mood. Sometimes when I wake up, I'm horny. Sometimes when I wake up, I don't want to be touched. And sometimes when I wake up, I'm hungry. It depends. There's anything specific that it's like, oh, that would be awesome.
Julio.
He needs to know the moves. Thriller.
Good reference.
Are they playing that song, or is that just a DJ?
No, it's a DJ playing the song.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
That was your boyfriend.
No, is that what it was?
I guess.
I was like, the song was like, I was going to the best part.
Noises. All right, go ahead.
I like it when she spits in my mouth, Jess.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm moving on. That's
hey,
disgusting.
Do you tongue punch her back?
Yeah, exactly.
I can parallel park like a champ. Woo, woo. Thank you to my Beamer camera who has now taught me so well. Go ahead.
Well,
Come
I like
on,
it when
let's-
she scratches my back. It feels real good.
Oh, I bet it does. Digging nails.
No, but
Scratch your nails
not even
down
in
my
a
back.
sexual way. Just like sometimes.
Yeah, but
it's
we're
just
making
like,
it
oh.
sexual.
Yeah, like a
because
small massage.
You're on a tribe
There's like
called Jess,
a
not
bear.
Christian mingle. Millie, what do you like?
I like to stroke his ego.
Okay.
I like to make him feel like important and proud.
Thank God. I was making hard eye contact with David.
And real quick before I say mine and we sign off, Laura said all that sweet love text in the middle of the day lets them know you're thinking about them. John said, I love seeing a woman parallel park. It's a beautiful thing. John also said, Jess out there cooking and doing laundry. Holler at me Saturday when my paycheck comes. And what I like is a very, very hot make-out session with my man when I'm in a relationship and a slow fuck in the afternoon, because what do we always say? Life is too short for bad relationships and shitty sex. Come out and see us tomorrow night at First Friday outside of CJ Finn's. Tune in next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Happy Halloween. Take care.